Ooh, can I pet your pussy?
There's no irony in that, is there?
Triana has been a member of the cast since back at the start of season 1, so I was sad to see the back of her.
There are too many girls waiting in line. I can't hug you all to myself.
True.
FlynnsArcade.
Hello! Welcome to Flynn's Arcade. This is my review of the Venture Bros episode, The Better Man, written by Doc Hammer and first broadcast in December 2009. Let's go. The Order of the Triad encounters a new character, the Outrider, who is married to Tatiana, Dr. Orpheus' ex-wife and Triana's mom. Because of Torrid's actions, several characters wind up in hell.
And I knew there was a quicker way to enlighten. Oops, sorry. I'm in hell.
But are rescued by Jefferson Twilight. And after much soul searching, Triana decides to move away to live with Tatiana and the Outrider. Meanwhile, Dean decides to move on with his life after learning that there are plenty more fish in the sea. Style. The cold open features the Order of the Triad attempting to prevent Torrid from opening a portal to hell.
For I command this!
Torrid's ending? Who does that? Who opens up hell? Honestly.
If Torrid gets the portal open, we're done for.
In later scenes, they find themselves in hell.
Welcome to hell.
Kind of looks like Orpheus' kitchen. I kind of imagine it'd be, I don't know, hotter, maybe some lava pits.
But it isn't the usual depiction of hell. It is Orpheus' kitchen, but it's discoloured and most of the furniture is upside down, which gives the episode a surreal edge. Triana has her own hellish encounter when she enters her closet to see a nightmarish vision of the future where she's grown up and married to Dean.
Dumpling, I was just vacuuming, and after this I'm gonna watch TV and then cry myself to sleep. I don't know, I might wake you up in the middle of the night and threaten to kill myself if you leave me. Again.
In contrast, Hank and Dean have a much more mundane, but equally profound adventure when they visit a suburban shopping mall in an attempt to meet girls.
Welcome to Girl Island. Hey, Madison. Got your text. April! A little busy now. Can I hit you back later?
Character development. Triana.
There are too many girls waiting in line. I can't hug you all to myself.
True.
I know, she is going to return for Operation Prom, but this is the episode really where we say goodbye to Triana. She's moving away from the Venture compound onto her exciting new life training to be a sorceress. For a long time, she was the only young person Hank and Dean knew, and it was always interesting to see how strange the boys were in comparison to her, a regular teenage girl. As a viewer, it was obvious that Triana was never going to be Dean's girlfriend. Jefferson even mentioned this a while ago, so it appears that it was even obvious to the characters in universe. She obviously cared about him as a friend, but she was growing up and she needed to decide whether to give Dean a chance or break it off with him. Ultimately, she did the right thing, but her departure gives a sense of melancholy to this episode. Triana has been a member of the cast since back at the start of season 1, so I was sad to see the back of her. Dean. Whilst Dean hasn't quite gotten over his crush on Triana,
Or maybe we could try a long-distance relationship.
he has grown a lot during the course of this episode.
Did Triana call?
Nobody called you. You know, I don't think you've ever gotten a phone call.
Because if she did, I wasn't here. I was out with the boys, you know, meeting girls and stuff.
Okay.
If a girl does call, I'll be in my room.
Talking to Tracy, the cashier, was a big step for him, so credit where it's due. Dermit. Dermit works at the shopping mall, and it's because of his influence that Hank knows that the shopping mall is a good place to meet girls. And whilst Hank is messing things up by following pick-up artist advice, he is on the right lines by hanging out there. Dermit is a good influence on the boys socially, and in this episode he surprises everyone by giving amazing advice.
Well, talk to her then. You don't have to nail her. Just see what happens. Man, way to be uptight.
Wait, did you just give good advice?
I gotta go check the temperature in hell.
Although he does let himself down quite a lot by being a bullshitter.
Yeah, I've had all the hot chicks in this town. Yeah, my new one, she lives out of state. We hook up whenever I road trip.
Is she pretty?
Dude, she's a model. She's like 23.
Hank. Hank's lack of education and social awareness are called out in this episode.
You're gay, right?
Yeah?
What's it look like? I mean, does it look real or is it all Frankenstein?
Hank?
Your dingus. Does it look real?
What is Kid Crazy talking about?
He thinks you're transgender.
The Order of the Triad. Orpheus, realising that the Outrider isn't a monster, and that the Outrider isn't perfect, and forgiving him, and accepting his own fault in the breakdown of his marriage is a big step forwards for him.
I've been wrong about the Outrider. He was noble and good.
Jefferson often feels bad about not being capable of magic, so it's nice to see him suddenly learning a skill to save the day.
Is it moving?
You really gotta lean into it.
Magic! Damn! Magic Blackula Hunter!
That should do it. Orpheus, after you.
The alchemist does a great job of cheering up Orpheus at the end of the episode.
You know what this means, right?
Yes, yes, my little girl has grown up.
No. It means that we are gonna have to throw a huge party in your empty house!
Themes. Moving on after a breakup. The storyline with Orpheus and the Outrider is all about the relationship one has with a new significant other of a former partner. Orpheus is racked with resentment towards the Outrider of what happened with Tatiana.
It was that guy.
That guy was the Outrider.
Oh my God. That's the guy who stole my wife!
He's also racked with jealousy over the Outrider appearing to be able to outdo him in his professional life.
Master, the Outrider was my student. He was a petulant layabout. There is no way he could achieve this ability.
Well, he did. Maybe he got super good at meditating. I don't know.
At first he hates him. However, he starts to see him in a positive way when he sees him behave honourably, and he becomes less intimidated by him when he learns that his professional success is a result of his attempt to hack the system.
Filthy. Remove it at once! The Outrider did it. He found a shortcut to the second world.
He changes his opinion of him and goes on to give his blessing to Triana to go and live with him and Tatiana. The title of the episode is The Better Man, and it first appears to refer to the Outrider. But as the episode goes on, the meaning becomes ambiguous. When Orpheus sees the virtuous nature of the Outrider, he decides to treat him with compassion, and Orpheus starts becoming the better man. The Venture Bros is a colourful and outlandish show, but this episode deals with a very real and very commonplace situation of how to deal with an ex starting to date a new person. Whilst Dean and Triana were never in a romantic relationship, Dean has an intense unrequited crush on her. But the pair managed to part on good terms, with Triana moving away, leaving their friendship intact. Cultural references. Lisa Hammer. Because this is Triana's last day on the Venture compound, I'm going to talk today about her voice actor, Lisa Hammer. Lisa also voiced a sex worker in the pilot episode.
Okay, big fella, you first. I charge you $10 for the Gilded Lily, 20 for the Roman Holiday, 50 for the old Warlison Carpenter, and for 75 you can sleigh ride down Kilimanjaro.
And has been an important part of the Ventureverse since day one. Outside of the Venture Bros, she's a musician and filmmaker. She made a weekly public access TV show in New York, which was shot in the German expressionist style and featured appearances from high-profile musicians such as Courtney Love from Hole and Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth. Very cool. H.P. Lovecraft. The creature invoked by Torrid looks an awful lot like Cthulhu, the creation of writer H.P. Lovecraft. Bernie Goetz.
You gotta set that kid free, or you better start getting into this. Did you know that he's uncircumcised? Yeah, Mr. Baldy will forever wear his turtleneck.
That's so gross. Do I have to break his heart?
No, you don't have to break his heart, but you do have to clean his penis with Q-tip.
Future Dean looks like the subway vigilante Bernie Goetz. He's shot 4 teenagers on the New York subway in 1984. Mystery.
That blonde is showing indicators. Feigning disinterest is a clear signal. Now go engage that 2-cent.
What are you saying?
Go talk to them.
Eric von Markovic is also known as Mystery, and he's a pickup artist, and Hank quotes him when advising Dean on how to talk to girls. Monica Bellucci.
Tatiana, what are you doing here?
I was just sitting here thinking how glad I am that I left you for the Outrider, and how he does that thing you used to do with your mouth, but better, because he can hold his breath longer.
Tatiana's appearance is based on that of Monica Bellucci, an Italian actor and model. This isn't the first time I've mentioned her in a YouTube video. I made a video last year about the film Beetlejuice, in which she had a starring role. Jokes. Dean and Triana talk about Triana's cat.
Ooh, can I pet your pussy?
There's no irony in that, is there?
Oh, it's soft. Your pussy hates me.
And the scene when Al describes his bathroom malfunction.
Okay, this is really gross. Once, I was out of toilet paper, so I used cotton balls. So, I'm wiping, and I think my finger kind of poked through the cotton. So and do not ask me why. I smell my finger to check. No.
It's pure gross out comedy, and it's made worse by the fact that Doc often writes about real life experiences, and I'm pretty sure that this incident really happens. Whilst I feel very sorry for him over his hospitalisation due to his acute testicular torsion, I don't know how I feel about this one. Rating 10 out of 10. I struggle to find anything negative to say about this episode. It's bittersweet, and in a lot of ways, it's very sad to see the back of Triana. She's been a recurring character since season 1, and Dean's crush on her has been a mainstay of the show. However, the characters are growing up, and Triana has always had an apathetic slacker attitude, so it's nice to see her finding a career she feels passionate about. And it's also good to see Orpheus making peace with her mum and her stepdad. Hank and Dean are of an age when young people often have to come to terms with their contemporaries moving away to university or to start their careers. It's an exciting time, but there is a sense of loss that hangs over it, and this episode taps into that mixture of emotions really well. I also like the storyline with Orpheus and the Outrider. It handles a realistic situation which a lot of people can relate to in a very sensitive way. I also like the scene in hell. It's depicted in an inventive and creative way, and it's really creepy. So let me know what you think. Were you sad to see the back of Triana? Did you think Triana's vision of future Dean is accurate? I can't see it myself, but maybe if Triana had stayed behind and gotten married to Dean, maybe that's what he might have become. If you don't know what's right, please just drop me a Go Team Venture or an Ignore Me or a Spanakopter or a Hench for life, because comments really help with the algorithm. If you're new to this channel, please check out my playlist. I've made a lot of Venture Bros related videos. Welcome back to all my subscribers, you guys are awesome, and hello to any newcomers. Thank you very much to my channel members. I'm going to give you a shout out in this video's end screen, so please stick around for that. Add me on Blue Sky and add me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you've enjoyed this video, please could you drop me a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I upload videos every weekend, so unless anything comes up before then, I'll see you next time.